Salutations, Guardians. Lockhart here, and it is a beautiful Thursday when you know what that means. It's Swap Day. So let's get right into it. This week in Destiny, 7/31/2025. This week in Destiny, we are mating hand cannons because they are the stars of our Arms Week event. Have you earned a good Fonutria Farah yet, or are you focusing on getting the new Trace Rifle? And have you seen the topics for today? Well, check them. Arms Week is on. We're 2 days into Arms Week. How are all you hand cannon enthusiasts feeling? We have introduced a new archetype with Fonutria Farah, some old favorites are dropping from activities, and you can equip crazy volatile mods with powerful effects into them. And no, we have not forgotten about the new Strand Rifle. We've seen a few fun rolls out there already for it. Where's the sword? Does anybody know? Come on, man. Arms Week is a 1-week event introduced with the Edge of Fate, and it'll be around until next weekly reset on Tuesday, August 5th, so don't miss on the opportunity to earn some nice rewards while you can. It's only this week, people. Gotta grind it now. It has its own event home that you can find the Portal main screen, and that has daily and weekly challenges, an event track with a variety of rewards, including holofoil weapons, and the event shop with a variety of rewards to earn with event tokens. That's a little controversial right now. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Ada1 plays a big part in Arms Week. Even if her recent focus has been dressing you, she wants to help with new weapons. You can visit her in the shooting range and use the combat telemetry you're earning when completing activities to buy Arms Week event weapons engrams. This special engram can be decrypted at Rahul for free, or you can spend a bit more combat telemetry to focus it for higher tier rewards. Choose wisely. Honestly, just always focus it. It is not worth going to Rahul to decrypt them. You're just going to get trash. You don't want to do that. The Coil arrives at the Portal. The Portal has received a new activity this week. The Coil. Hey, the Coil's back! I don't really care. It was fine. I don't know why people freak out about it, but I'm still glad it's new content in the game. That's a good thing. Good job, Bungie. This activity was launched during Season of the Wish in the Year of Lightfall. Known for its mix of intense combat and interesting modifiers that players can buy from Riven, it was a perfect candidate for our new activity hub in the Edge of Fate. The Coil has 3 paths available in the Portal, and the experience can be customized by the players. Super awesome that you can customize that now, though, because there was already a pretty, not a lot of customization, but a little bit. So adding this to it, that's dope. I'm happy. Let's see. Go for a B+ or higher grade to earn the best and the most gear possible, but be careful not to make it so hard you can't cross the finish line. With update 9.0.0.4, we updated the option to jump into Master and Grandmaster activities at lower levels, but be careful. If you push a bit too far, at 100 levels to be exact, you might end up facing immune enemies. Solstice starts next week. Summer Solstice, baby, let's go. Arms Week was our first event for the Edge of Fate, but Solstice is right around the corner. It's going to last 2 weeks. Nice. And there are a few things changing compared with how we celebrated in the past. That rocket launcher looks fucking rad, dude. I'm just gonna say it. The goal of the event is to use the Solstice Forge to create a full set of armor and then to make it glow. Given that we have a new system of stats and armor in place with the Edge of Fate, it's probably a good moment to earn a few sets. So it's probably going to be pretty similar to what we were used to last year. I can't imagine they've changed it a whole lot. As long as they change, like, the content of it, and we're not just doing the bonfire thing over and over again, or if there's some modifiers, that would be tight. That's what we're hoping for. But let's talk about what's changing. For starters, in lieu of a Bonfire Bash activity this year, we are adding a plethora of modifiers to Portal activities. These modifiers are inspired by solar energy, very fitting for the Solstice theming, and you might recognize some of their effects if you paid attention to the artifact in the past. We've only listed 4, you'll have to discover the rest yourself. You got a Hot Potato. Carryable solar flares occasionally drop from defeated combatants. Passing it between players increases the amount of damage it will do. Okay. Fired up, dealing damage and final blows from solar sources raises a heat meter. Once full, your weapons will cause solar explosion. That's dope. We like that. Class healing. Heal yourself when using your class ability. Nice. Alpha Lupa for everyone. Cool. Igniter. Precision hits against scorched combatants cause ignitions. Yeah, I'm all for that. The more kabloomies, the better, baby. That's what I say. These modifiers will rotate each day on Portal matchmaking activities, but can be selected anytime with custom difficulty selection, with one exception. Hot Potato will stay on each day for Portal matchmaking activities. Another addition coming with this Solstice is the new Solstice Scorched Crucible playlist. You can imagine what weapon is the main character here, the Scorch Cannon. Both teams will be able to use them in Clash, Control, and Rift game modes, so revel in the chaos, and don't forget you can charge the cannon after shooting it for some extra area damage. As you play during the 2 weeks of Solstice, you'll earn some free rewards at its dedicated event home, from a unique emblem to a ghost shell to some holofoil weapons, so don't forget completing your daily and weekly challenges so you can progress the event rank track to earn all of them. This version of the event home has a new and improved reward shop where you will be able to purchase weapons directly up to a tier 4, depending on your Guardian rank, as well as up to tier 4 weapon and armor engrams. There will also be glimmer stacks and enhancement cores if you need them. I wouldn't expect this to be too much different than the Arms Week event that's currently going on. I think it's probably too quick for them to pivot from the feedback that they're seeing from the community right now. So we're just gonna have to eat shit on this one and grind the way they tell us to. And still, tier 4, not bad. I mean, the weapons, from what I have discerned, the tiers really don't make much of a difference, to be honest. So the only thing that I would really focus on personally, and the only thing I am focusing on right now really, is higher tier armor, because higher stat points, better distributions, that's what you want to go for. So tier weapons, don't worry too much about. Tier armor, big deal. Definitely pay attention to that. Trials of Osiris is back. After 2 weeks where other activities got their well-deserved time in the spotlight, it's time for Trials of Osiris to return. Starting tomorrow, our in-game PvP game mode will be available to players that own the Edge of Fate expansion until the following reset. Pick up a Trials passage or a Lighthouse passage, depending on your preference, and put on your best weapons. The map will be Burnout. Tight. Burnout's a dope map. Saint 14 didn't want to change his favorite weekend pastime much, and he has only disabled the power level disadvantages in this new iteration. That doesn't mean he hasn't been busy. There are new rewards to earn. For starters, there's a new set of armor for each class, and on top of that, Saint has secured 5 weapons, including the second ever spread shot hand cannon. Hell yeah, dude. Power level... I mean, everything's so chaotic and fucked right now anyway. Go for it. Let's try it out for a couple weekends. Let's see what it looks like, and then we can adjust from there, I would imagine. Anyway, back to the weapons. Arc Disabler, a Strand Precision Frame Auto Rifle. Okay, not super excited about that, but we'll see. Arius Neutralizer, a Kinetic Spread Shot Hand Cannon. That's going to be the star of the show. That's what everybody's going to want. Aisha's Embrace, Void Rapid Fire Frame Scout Rifle. I'm excited for that. I like the original. It definitely needed a perk refresh, though. Forgiveness, Arc, Aggressive Frame Sidearm. That shit's gonna slap, mark my words. Unwavering Duty, Solar Adapted Machine Gun. It's neither here nor there, really. I prefer the Avalanche from the Dawning. I got a god roll on that, and it's so fucking fun to play with. During this first 6 weeks of uninterrupted Trials weekends, there won't be a featured weekly weapon. That means you'll be earning all of them while playing your matches, with wins having a higher chance of them dropping. We will have featured weapons again on September 9th, shortly after the Ash and Iron Major update launches. Siva! Let's fucking go! And 2 more weapons entered Trials loot pool. We'll talk more about them once they are closer. For now, remember that only the Lighthouse passage allows you to go into the Lighthouse, so choose wisely when visiting Saint. Put together a powerful build, see what stats fit your playstyle the best, and start earning new tiered Trials weapons. More comm support for Edge of Fate. As we progress into Week 3 of the Edge of Fate, we have more to share about some of the issues players have encountered while playing. Some of these have already been shared on our social media channels and will serve as a reminder, but we are also expanding to ensure that missed patch notes, among other changes, are included. There's a lot of shit wrong with the game right now. Everybody knows it. It's to be expected. There's a huge redo of basically every system in the game, so, I mean, this is not a surprise. It's going to take time to fix. Let's just deal with it. I mean, or don't play it. Do what you want. When making changes within the game, we never intend to ship nerfs or buffs without communication. We want our players to know what's going on so they can be informed on what build crafting options to test out and explore, give us good feedback, and even help distribute the information to friends or clanmates to prep them for upcoming changes. And let's be honest, this community is proficient enough in how Destiny works that players find out sooner than later if a change is made without the proper patch notes. And that is so true because there are people out there that will test every single facet of the game and make sure that everybody knows what is working and what is not. And a big thank you to those people. You don't have to do that, but hey, we appreciate you. Big ups. Sometimes things get missed in the process of filing, implementing, collecting, writing, and publishing our patch notes. We agree that it can be frustrating to be caught off guard by changes and are taking steps to further improve our patch notes processes to avoid having this happen again in the future. We've been gathering issues and missing patch notes while having conversations with the team to have the most informed take on the changes that were not communicated on time, to confirm if there's been issues that need to be fixed, and to see if we could implement some of the feedback that's been shared during the last few weeks. Let's go over them. Solar, or Ember of Benevolence, had its energy regen tuned during the stat rework. The amount of energy regen was reduced from 4x to 3x, and the duration of energy regen was increased by 1 second. Okay, not really a huge trade-off on that one. That's probably fine. As long as it's working as intended, then good. Warlock, Touch of Flame was tuned during the stat rework. The damage of solar infusion grades when enhanced by Touch of Flame was reduced by 10%. A little bit of a nerf. Exotic Armor, Warlock, Speaker Sight. Turret's lifetime was reduced from 15 seconds to 9 seconds. That kind of hurts. Despite multiple other efficacy reductions, Speaker Sight was still dominating the healing support role. I get it, that thing is super strong. To give room to other exotics and add variety in the Warlock support playstyle space, we've reduced the turret's lifetime to 9 seconds from 15. The result is a turret that fires 2 less shots over its lifetime. We will be monitoring how this affects the performance speaker's sight with an intent to let the exotic still shine, just not as far over other exotic choices as it has been. It's still going to be good, it's just shorter. I mean, build higher into your grenade stat, you'll be just fine. Warlock, Wings of Sacred Dawn, no longer reloads your equipped weapon from reserves. This change was made to avoid bad interactions with single-shot weapons like bows, with now also expanding to reload non-solar weapons, adding more flexibility to the exotic armor. Ugh. No comment on that, really. I've used Wings of Sacred Dawn in so long I can't even remember. Health versus shields. We have investigated reports of player health and shield functionality differing from our original explanation. Upon review, we have found discrepancies. The following is a proper explanation of how these will scale with armor stats. Player health. Player health stun, the time it takes the red part of the health bar to start regenerating, is equivalent to 100 of the old recovery stat. Play health regen is equivalent to 20 of the old recovery stat. The health stun and health regen tuning is intentional to get injured guardians out of danger zone quickly while leaving room for the health stat and healing verbs to be valuable. I'm going to need to get in the game and try that out a little bit and test. Player shield. Shield stun and shield regen is equivalent to 20 of the old recovery stat, while your health stat is below 100. Shield regen is a tier 2 of the old system, while your health stat's below 100. Kinda sucks. When your health stat increases from 100 to 200, your shield stun and shield regen will improve, eventually going beyond 100 of the old recovery stat. From 100 to 200, you will also gain additional shields when facing combatants. There's an issue where the health stat tooltip says this affects health and not shields. The tooltip text will be corrected in an upcoming update to properly note the benefit only increases shields. So it seems like there's a little bit more reason to build into health with this, maybe? I still feel like it's sort of kind of a dump stat, especially in PvE, but I mean, PvP's so chaotic right now, there's definitely going to be a lot of tweaks and adjustments we're going to have to deal with, so we'll see how it goes. Note that the 1 to 100 health stat benefit of healing per orb increases the amount of health and shields gained each time you pick up an Orb of Hour. We will also update the necessary tooltip text in an upcoming update. Okay, on a related note, update fixed an issue with the health stat that was causing unexpected deaths, particularly in PvP. When this issue would occur, high health stat values cause shield and health values to become desynchronized across the server, leading to players dying unexpectedly when they believe they had full health and shields. Yeah, that sucked ass. You could be sitting there and you would think that you had 75% of your health bar, and then all of a sudden, one tap, gone, dead. Really, really irritating, as well as that sprint freeze bug. Oh my god, I hope they get that fixed quick. Currently investigating Warlock. We want to acknowledge that players are feeling the sandbox for Warlocks are being left behind other classes. Buddy builds don't benefit much from the stat changes, and there aren't many meta melee builds that benefit from the additive melee changes, among other feedback. We are investigating a tuning pass for Warlocks that will start with Ash and Iron and continue through Renegades. Titan. We're investigating an interaction where Unbreakable on Prismatic Titan doesn't appear to work as intended with Shackle Grenades. Huh, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried that together, so I didn't know. Hopefully they get that fixed pretty soon. Exotic Armor. We are looking into issues of feedback regarding the following exotic armor, among others. Controverse Hold, Crest of Alpha Lupi, Nezarec Sin, Starfire Protocol, Crown of Tempest, Wings of Sacred Dawn, Eunoia, Geomax Stabilizers, Boots of the Assembler, and Rhymecoat Raiment. Reported issues. Warlock, handheld supernova damage was reduced by 20%. That sucks because the thing wasn't that good to begin with. This was not intended and will be fixed in a future update. Sunbracers was tuned during the grenade stat rework to function the same at 70 stat. Due to the stats threshold issue explained above, fewer grenades than intended were available at 70 stat. This should be corrected with the grenade stat fix in this update. Okay, nice, we'll see. Titan, Throwing Hammer Melee had a cooldown added to picking up the hammer, and its bounce was increased versus bosses. This was not intended and will be fixed in the next update. So that's awesome, because that's really annoying too. I don't know if you've used Hammer Titan, but you throw it, you bonk the enemy, and then there's a short cooldown, even if you're standing like right over it. And it's just awful. It feels terrible. Stats. Grenade, Melee, Super, and Class were not regenerating as we presented them pre the Edge of Fate. These were fixed in this update. The weapon stat will still display a 6% PvP buff after this update, despite being only 5%. So they knocked it down 1%. The weapon stat is still probably going to be an issue, but I mean, it's a step in the right direction. We'll see what happens. This will be fixed in the future updates. Hit markers. Hit markers don't appear in the HUD when players deal damage. That was fixed in this update. Okay, hell yeah, that was a problem. Weapons. Queenbreaker no longer blinding on shots. Choir of 1 can be macroed to fire faster than intended. This was fixed in the update. Choir of 1 has lower ammo regeneration than intended. This was fixed in the update. Man, Choir is so good. Like, that's just the weapon of this season, if you ask me. Like, the exotic weapon to use. It is just fantastic. Icebreaker swaps can provide ammo. We're looking to fix this in the long run, but we'll let it ride for now. Okay, maybe a little shenanigans you can get into with the old Icebreaker, eh? Cool. Certain exotic bows don't interact with Hierarchy of Needs' guidance ring, and the behavior for projectile tracking has changed. Sprint. We're investigating reports that players will sometimes sprint but not gain the accompanying increase in movement speed. To work around this issue, if you encounter it, return to orbit and re-enter your activity. That blows. I wish it would have got fixed, but now we know that it's still at large and we gotta deal with it, so that sucks. Artifact bonus. We're tracking an issue where the application of new gear ornaments can increase the amount of damage resistance the player receives. This will be fixed in the future. Desert Perpetual Investigation. We're investigating reports of cheating with fire teams who cleared the Desert Perpetual contest mode. Breaking our code of conduct and or cheating to complete contest difficulty or other activities is a bannable offense, and players benefiting from cheating can also be subject to punishment. So, I suspect we're going to see a pretty substantial ban wave out of this. It's not good pub to see that like 70% of the raid clears from the day one were cheated, allegedly. But yeah, somebody's going to get screwed for this one. If you suspect someone is cheated, please submit a report. Raid and dungeon difficulty scaling. We've been watching feedback the past few weeks focused on raid and dungeon difficulty. Following changes are being planned for future updates. We will be updating the difficulty for legacy, raid, and dungeon activities to address player feedback. The combat difficulty for normal and master modes will be reduced by 10 power. I haven't really played a lot of rad content since this expansion dropped. We did go into Garden of Salvation, and for some reason, the last boss was ridiculously tanky, like stupid broken. It would have taken like 8 damage phases to kill him, and I don't know what's up with that, but we were like, fuck this, and left. So hopefully this is going to even things out a little bit and make it better, but definitely excited to jump in and try it because I love to play raids. Raids are great. We will also be updating difficulty in the Combined Mastery Triumph in the Desert Perpetual raid to address player feedback. Base combat difficulty will be lowered by 10 power. Enemies will deal less damage and players will be able to deal more damage. We will be lowering the Cutthroat Combat raid feat, specifically the combat difficulty, by 10 power. Was plus 40, will now be plus 30. Cool. We will be lowering the Combined Mastery Triumph to only require single completion at base difficulty, which will upgrade gear rewards by 1 tier depending on number of feats active. Example, instead of getting a T1 reward, you'll get a T2 reward. Layering on additional feats will increase difficulty, but also help you get to T3 rewards and beyond. Don't super know how I feel about all that yet. I am glad that there is a path towards getting higher tier rewards. I might still be a little insurmountable for some teams, some players, but I'm willing to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. We're currently testing these changes and aiming to release them in update 9.0005, and we'll update you if anything changes. Sprint bug. Oh! We have an update to share regarding sprinting, sometimes not working for players. This has been a particularly nasty issue in PvP since launch, but has also affected PvE content. It sucks, man. You're literally slower than just walking. It's terrible. It seems like if you sprint and then jump, you still get the momentum from the sprint into your jump. But still you can't do anything. You can't move, basically. So, terrible. This guy has got to get fixed. The cause is due to players hitting a max number of stat modifiers allowed in a match or activity. This max number is shared among all players and enemies and normally would be rare to reach, but the modifiers aren't disappearing on death like they should. This means that they've been stacking when a player revives, increasing the likelihood that the max will be hit. Some players have pointed out, and we believe this to be correct, that this issue has existed since episode Heresy, but we've only seen an impact since the Edge of Fate's launch due to the addition of Armor 3.0 stat modifiers. We've made progress in identifying the root cause, and we are now targeting a short-term fix for next Tuesday, August 5th, in Destiny 2 Update 9.5. While there may still be instances of this issue occurring after the update is shipped, we believe it will reduce frequency as we continue to investigate a long-term fix. Yeah, so that is... sums up in the code right there, my dudes. That's going to have to get combed through, and good luck, guys. Please fix it. It sucks. It's terrible. Budget your build in the Desert Perpetual Raid. This weekend, 6 teams of streamers from around the world are equipping their prismatic subclasses and hitting the new Desert Perpetual Raid in the global Destiny 2 creator event, Budget Your Build. Shout out to Sammy Cat, Bow Expert, and the brain behind this event. Before they even enter the raid, each player is given a small amount of virtual money to buy their super abilities, aspects, fragments, and exotic armor. Then for each encounter or additional challenge completed, everyone gets additional money to upgrade their builds. Think, cooperative build crafting meets roguelike. That's kind of a cool idea. I dig that. It sounds kind of like Counter-Strike-ish a little bit, but yeah, I dig it. Check out each regional team and when they'll run below, and you can check that out if you like. Each region will be giving away 1 copy of Year of Prophecy Ultimate Edition to 1 Lucky Guardian in their collective communities so they can play the Desert Perpetual too. Each creator will also have an additional All That creator emblem codes to give away during the event. Oh, that's fun. Little party theme we got going on here. And then, of course, the Ultimate Edition. Can't beat that, man. Nice. Closing brief. Oh, we got a lore going on here. Closing brief 006. Guardian Operative. Dispatch contains restricted information for select fire teams and will purge its data upon closure. The Conductor. Maya Sundaresh. Classification. Vex. Human. Nessian Schism Founder. Hazards. The Echo of Command. No shit. Greatly increased strength, speed, intelligence, and durability. Guardians rated Sigma 3 or lower are ordered not to engage while target retains the Echo. So what's higher than the Sigma 3? Like, that should be us, right? Like, we should be higher than that. Commands a large partition of the Vex Collective. Full capabilities are unknown and data is scarce. Intel. The Conductor has been spotted within the operational zone on Kepler. All operatives are advised to process through Vex territory with extreme caution. Report all direct contact with the Conductor to Operational Command immediately. The Conductor wields an echo of paracausal power. It is a remnant of the clash between light and dark that erupted from the death of the Witness. This echo allows Maya to impose her will onto others, forcing them to follow her commands. While originally only able to employ this power of the Vex and Exos, she has shown the ability to exert this power over non-Exo Guardians as well. Of note, prior to becoming the Conductor, Maya Sundaresh had once copied her consciousness into the Exo Lakshmi too. Lakshmi was killed in the Vex raid of her own making during the Endless Night after stirring anti-Elixni sentiment to a fever pitch within the city. Maya Sundaresh's true goal is to reunite with her wife, Chioma Essie. But Vanguard records state that during the events of the Conductor's rise on Nessus, Chioma Essie was judged to be flawed and murdered by the Conductor's own hand. Before reforming as the Conductor on Nessus, Maya Sundaresh had been an Ishtar Collective scientist. While researching the Vex, she was copied and simulated endlessly, those various iterations exploring the VexNet. Many still exist wandering lost in the network. Thank you for reading all our lore briefs. Hope you enjoyed them. I did. It was nice. Bungie rewards await you on Kepler. Eyes Up Guardian or Weapon, as some weird entities have started calling you after the events of the Edge of Fate. If you have completed the campaign, you have new and amazing Bungie rewards available for purchase in the Bungie store. Give them a look before they go away. Bungie Foundation Campaign Wrap-Up. You did it again, Guardians. Your light is once again shone brightly, changing lives for kids and communities around the world. Together we raised an astounding almost $1.5 million. That's freaking wild, man. That's a fantastic job, and thank you to everybody who contributed to this cause. It blows my mind that they were able to do such a good job with this. We are so deeply thankful for your generosity and trust in the Bungie Foundation's mission. We heard from so many community members throughout our Bungie Day campaign that giving back and offering a helping hand to others becomes second nature to gamers who spend their time playing as Guardians working together to save humanity. What an honor it is to stand amongst you Lightkeepers and help make the world a better place. Also, a huge shout out to our 7th Column Chaos Champions, Miss Varia and Lord DJ BJ of the Paracausal Ponies. Nice name. I dig that. You survived 3 rounds of Chaos, bested the competition in the Crucible, and will have your names forever etched in glory. Stay tuned to our social channels to see your donations in action, making positive impact for those who need it most. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and continue to spread the light wherever you can. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. Player Support Report. Ooh, all the known issues. General, we are continuing to investigate issues where some game functions will degrade over the course of an activity. Raid banners do not always function as expected. Basically, you tag the raid banner and you don't get super refilled or your ammo refilled or both, potentially. So that sucks, and looking forward to having that one fixed. Enemies with Banes may have odd visual effects for some players. When unavailable, the Vanguard Armory Armor rewards incorrectly state that players have already claimed their rewards for the week, even if they have not. This message should state that players must earn the appropriate rank on the weekly Seasonal Hub reward track before they can claim this week's armor. Kepler, players who join another player during the Saturnism mission after that player has acquired the Relocator 2 upgrade are unable to acquire it themselves. That sucks. Please fix. Not all players are earning the expected exotic armor reward by completing the Edge of Fate Legendary campaign. So you beat the campaign and you just don't get the exotic? Now, there is sort of a workaround. If you beat the campaign, then you can just play the Sieve, and as long as you... There's 3 rounds of the Sieve, 2 rounds of the Sieve, potentially with a 3rd bonus round. So if you get the 2 rounds done, you should get an exotic armor drop out of that, and then the 3rd round just gives you like 3 chests with tons of stuff in it. So pretty nice, decent activity, not bad. Players can become blocked from performing various actions during the Edge of Fate campaign by playing through with Fireteam members on Fabled or Mythic Kepler world tiers. So you're going to want to be careful about people playing in a different world tier than you're in, it sounds like. Otherwise you might get soft-locked a bit from the quest. So don't do that. Mythic campaign missions are sometimes not granting players completion progress when other members of the Fireteam are at different completion states. Yeah, same as above. Players cannot attack in Matter Spark if primary vehicle fire is not bound. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I've never unbound that, so... Weapons. Phonutria Farah's Hipfire Reticle is continuing to display when aiming down sights. Okay. Enhanced 1-2 Punch does not correctly display the buff text when active on Phonutria Farah. Fever and Chill's Radiant Damage bonus is sometimes being incorrectly... Fever and Chill's Radiant Damage bonus. Fever and Chill's Radiant Damage bonus is sometimes being incorrectly applied to the shot that activates the perk, instead of just the following shots. Destabilizing rounds can inconsistently grant volatile rounds. I've kind of noticed that, playing with Quav 1 so much, like, mostly it just blows the shit out of everything anyway, but it does seem like sometimes volatile doesn't proc. So, I don't know. Fix that, please. Vexmith class rate of fire is incorrect. Yes, it is, and it sucks. Queenbreaker no longer blinds on single shot mode. I put Queenbreaker in my vault after the ammo nerf and have not looked back. It's still good, though. I mean, still good if you want to use it. The Graviton Spike Exotic Hand Cannon is missing its lore tab. Ammo generation mods are not present on all weapons that should have them. Irritating. Glaive melee attacks do not activate Bolt Charge. Are they supposed to? Because that fucking rules. Please fix that ASAP. Armor. The description for the Mask of Bacchus Hunter Exotic Helmet does not accurately reflect a recent change where it can be activated with Stasis or Arc Supers equipped. What is with all these fucking extra letters in front of these words? What's going on? Who's perforating this twab? Harm me, I'll do it. Instead of only Stasis, the Black Letter Robe's Warlock Ornament appears invisible when previewed. Ability, energy, stat, benefit values, and tooltips are not correctly aligned with actual effects. Got some art here from our various community creators. One artwork, actually, by Driftcreets via Tumblr. Spin the stick. Arcstrider does not always get the love it deserves, but those who appreciate the subclass can achieve certain levels of anime godhood that allows them to reflect even the biggest beam of energy a Vex has ever shot. I've watched this video and it is awesome. I wondered if Bacchus could do some, or not Bacchus, Blight Ranger. Fuck, I can't think. I wondered if Blight Ranger could do some cool shit like that, because it's just so bad, man. I mean, even after like 2 reworks now, it's still terrible. So, seeing this, it's a little win. And just like that, this twit is over. Hope you're earning tons of great hand cannon rolls from Arms Week, and that you're wrecking havoc with the exclusive mods they can use for this limited time. We have Solstice in the coming weeks with some interesting modifiers that benefit from solar weapons, so that solar hand cannon might come in handy. Hey, Ada, check this roll. Destiny 2 community team. Alright, another twab in the books there. Arms Week is not bad. There's been some controversy about how the tokens are earned and able to be used, and how few of them you can get, potentially. You really got to grind out the daily challenges. I mean, obviously the weekly, but you really got to hit the daily ones whenever they roll over. And then if you can use reroll chips, if you want to get the title, that's probably going to be the route you're going to go. Focusing the weapons using the token should get you up to a tier 3. I don't think it can go any higher than that. But it can also be a holofoil, so kind of like regular decryption, but I'm not sure if there's much of a benefit to using the tokens on the weapons there. I don't know if it's a higher holofoil drop chance. I doubt it. From what I understand and what I've seen, it still only drops up to a tier 3 if you focus them through that, using the tokens instead of just the telemetry that you get from playing the event. So I wouldn't recommend it unless we hear something different. There's been no clarification here, obviously, so I would probably just continue to work on that assumption. As far as getting telemetry... Guess what? It's the same as leveling up. Solo ops, baby! Drops 25 per completion, and you can knock them out in like 4 to 5 minutes, depending on your build. That's kind of the way to go. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you're gaining additional power levels, you're also getting the currency to focus the weapons, but it's pretty nice if you, depending on your Guardian rank and what light level you're at and everything, when you focus and you get tier 3s, you're going to get 2 perks in each column, and it's not that big of a perk pool, so chances are you're going to get the roll you want. The holofoil drops seem pretty low chance-wise. Anecdotally, it seems like I've gotten 2 for probably like 30 to 40 engrams I've decrypted so far. So, I mean, it's not like super high drop chances, but it's not supposed to be. It's rare. Fuck, man. Let some things be rare in the game. But definitely worth doing. The weapons are fantastic. That spread shot hand cannon is so fun to use, so crispy. I love it. I'm glad that they're adding new archetypes into the game. That feels super fun. The Strand Trace Rifle I have not used yet, but I got a fantastic roll on it that I'm excited to try out. I'm just not a big Trace Rifle guy personally. Like, last season was definitely their time to shine, and even then they were kind of meh at best. I have no idea what they can do to make them better other than just a small damage bump. I mean, I think that's probably going to be it. They need it, man. The ammo economy is rough with them. I feel like the ammo economy is rough with them, but also I haven't used them literally since the update dropped, so chances are, now that you can build into ammo generation, they're actually probably pretty great. I should go give them a shot now, actually, so I'm going to do that. And once again, thank you for joining me on this fine Thursday afternoon, and remember, everybody, until next time, get good or get fucked. See you later.